All new for 2025, this is the Toyota Camry Cross? No. The Venza? No. It's the Crown Signia. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Sparkplug TV. My name is Chris and I do car reviews for literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. And before I begin today's video, as always, please do me a big favor and like this video, comment something down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can. Thank you so much for your support. Here we are again in the mid-size crossover SUV segment. This time it's a two-row SUV and it's from Toyota that is here to replace the Venza. It's got the Crown badge on it, but this time it's called Crown Signia. And a lot like the Crown, this is a little confused about what it is. Is it a wagon? Is it a hatchback SUV? But this is like a pretty decent entry in this segment. Let's get into it. I mean, look at this thing. Crossover, yes. Hatchback, maybe. Wagon, also maybe. The all-new 2025 Toyota Crown Signia comes in just two trim levels, the XLE and the Limited. The XLE starts around $45,000, while this is limited for around $49,000. And to be quite honest, I would probably go for this one, which I don't typically go for the top of the line, but this one does come with a few more creature comforts that I would want, like the 11-speaker JBL audio system, the panoramic moonroof, as well as these really nice 21-inch wheels. So I'm having a debate with my camera person at this juncture, and we think that it is a cross between the all-new Prius, especially in the daytime running light situation up here, but it also shares some design language with the Camry as well down here. Now the difference is that the Camry headlight housing is located with the daytime running light, whereas the Crown Signia has their own headlights down here. The other thing is that the Crown itself was its own bespoke looking vehicle, whereas this just looks like an amalgamation of two different cars, which is why I referred to this in the intro as the Camry Cross, but I guess at this point maybe we could even call it the Prius Cross. Who knows? I actually like the way that the front end looks. I mean, even though it does look like a cross between the Prius and the Camry, I like that. The back, on the other hand, looks more like a Corolla Cross than anything else, and it's a little bland for my taste. I think that the front end has a very dynamic nature to it. The only thing I like about the back end is this light bar. I think that it looks really nice, and I think that it gives it kind of a luxury look that it's trying to go for in this model. Now, the only thing that I think is kind of silly on the back is how tiny this Toyota logo is. It's the tiniest thing I've ever seen. Now let's get to the trunk. So it's got an automatic kick open tailgate, and it opens up into my camera bag, as well as 25 cubic feet of storage with the seats up and about 68 cubic feet of storage with the seats down. I remembered. All right, so unlike the Crown Signia only comes with one powertrain. It is this naturally aspirated 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine that's then tied to 3 electric motors, making it an all-wheel drive drivetrain. It's also tied to an eCVT. Combined, it makes about 240 horsepower, and torque numbers, we don't know yet. Toyota reports that you can get 199 out of one of the axles and about 89 out of the other axle with a 54 horsepower motor on the back end, but again, the torque, not quite sure. What we are sure of, at least, is the 2,700 pounds of total towing capacity that you can get from the Crown Signia. I gotta say, off the bat, I already like this more than the Crown. I did not understand what the Crown was. I think it's tall like an SUV, but it's not meant to be an SUV. You know, it's meant to be the Avalon replacement. I didn't really find it to be as nice as the Avalon. I think because of those expectations, I was just kind of like, I don't know, thank you. I think I'm good on that. What the Crown did have over the Crown Signia, though, is a few powertrain options that were a bit more illustrious, I think, than this standard powertrain that this one comes with. This one's fine. It does enough, but it's, I don't know. This is more of a commuter car than anything. So you're not really going to be wanting to kind of punch it wherever you go. But from an interior perspective, I really like the way that this interior looks, because I know, again, I hated the Crown's interior because I couldn't decide whether or not I liked it. But for some reason, the application in here is just so much better for some reason. And I think it's because of the fact that, like, there is just a bigger kind of feel to the interior. And gotta love that droning ECVT. Again, there is something about the way that this interior is laid out, almost identical to the interior of the Crown. It just works better in here. I don't know how to describe it. Now, I think this thing, from a driving perspective, is just a little, you're on pins and needles, especially when you are cornering. This thing is a boat. There's not a whole lot of handling at all in the suspension, and it feels like the tires are doing a lot of the work. You know, speaking of the tires, these come standard with Bridgestone. These were made specifically for Toyota as a kind of standard tire product, and the tires do work, whereas the suspension, not so much. For the most part, it's a quiet, comfortable ride, and I've actually enjoyed driving it for the week that I've had it. Now, the other really big thing that I think draws me to Toyota hybrids is just how locked in they are when it comes to their hybrid powertrain system, because it is so seamless how it goes from EV mode into the ICE powertrain. My introduction into Toyota hybrids was, I think, the third generation Prius. And with that one, you could get up to 24 miles an hour on battery alone, but that was it, right? And the only time that you could really use the EV mode any other time was when you were like coasting, right? And that's when the engine would shut off and then it would be in EV mode, right? But now this newer technology is, you know, it's got a higher power electric motor, and there's 3 of them. And so at highway speeds, which I'm about to get to, it actually does kind of do some work when you're on the highway and will actually keep it at a higher speed. Plus, you can get up to at least 28 miles an hour with this EV mode alone. But if you were to put it in EV mode, it would shut off if you press the accelerator pedal too hard, or if you get past 28 miles an hour. Even though if you're like at a downward incline, it can actually get up to that speed. The 11-speaker JBL sound system does sound pretty good. I mean, when I first started driving Toyotas at the beginning of my car reviewing career, I mean, like, I didn't think that they were that good, like the JBL sound systems, but they've actually improved them over the past couple of years that I've been doing this. So hats off to them for that. What is this going against? It's going against the newest Nissan Murano. It's going against some of its own stuff, like the Land Cruiser and the 4Runner, you know. And so I think if you don't want something as off-road capable, but you want something that is an SUV technically, even though, you know, it kind of looks like a wagon, but this might be for you. You know, especially because like the Nissan Murano, albeit really nice on the inside with some like kind of like faux open pore wood grain, you know, this is a hybrid, right? And like the Nissan doesn't come with a hybrid, whereas the Murano is ostensibly like a very nice car. It can get up into like $58,000. This only tops out around $50,000, and it's got a nice color scheme to it. It's got nice materials other than this material right here. I mean, this one's okay. This one seems actually harder than the other ones, but regardless, I like this interior. I don't know, again, what it is about this as opposed to the regular Crown, but I like this one. I think that's it. I think that's all I've got for today's video. Would I buy this in general? Probably not, right? Like I wouldn't want to daily something like this personally, even though it's a great entry in this segment. I mean, I personally would probably go for like the Honda Passport. The last thing that I'll say that I forgot to mention is that, you know, albeit this is a very good hybrid powertrain, it's also not their most recent hybrid powertrain. And I kind of wish that it featured the 6th generation hybrid powertrain that they do in the Toyota Camry, which offers a less droning ECVT and kind of has these pseudo shifts in the transmission, because this one is just very drone heavy. And even though it does come with paddle shifters, when you shift up, it doesn't feel like it's shifting at all. But again, that's just for somebody like me who likes the ability to, you know, shift and have a little bit more of a sportier feel to it. A great hybrid powertrain nonetheless. And yeah, I think that's all I got for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do me the biggest favor and like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video. I'm gonna go ahead and listen to this ECVT drone on as I get back onto the highway, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Hey Sparks, thanks for watching today's video. Do you want more Sparkplug TV content? Then you can choose one of these 3 options right over here. The middle button is to subscribe to my channel, so please do that. Right over here. These 3. I can't see them in real life, but they're right here.